Only two ingredients and your hair will grow like crazy. This is one new favorite DIY oil elixir, I would call it. I wouldn't even call this an oil. It contains oil, but I wouldn't necessarily call this treatment an oil. So you're going to start by using 4 tablespoons of olive oil. If you're trying this for the first time, you can even just do 2 tablespoons. Don't make too much in case your hair doesn't like it. My hair loves it, spoiler alert. So I'm using 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Then I'm using raw organic honey. Please use raw honey. And by this, I don't mean you have to use like manuka honey or creamed honey or a specific kind of honey from a certain place. It just has to be one that hasn't been altered, which means it shouldn't say like the smell has been removed or honey for cooking or something like that. It should just be honey. And when you look on the ingredients list, it should always say honey only. And as you can see, I'm doing the double boiler method. The key is to make sure that the water doesn't touch the bowl. If you can see the water at the base of the bowl right there, that is from the steam and evaporation. It's not actually touching the bowl because honey will be destroyed at 98 degrees. The nutrients in the honey will be destroyed. So please do not let this mixture boil. As you can see, the water at the bottom is boiling, and I actually will reduce the temperature, but you'll never see a boil in the pot. And here it is after about 15 minutes of just like sitting there. It really didn't even simmer, it just got hot. And something to note is honey and oil do not mix. This is a purely infusion process. Honey only mixes with watery products because it is water soluble and not oil soluble. That is why I'm calling this like an elixir, because you can't use this the same way you would use a regular oil. It is completely different. I did decide to add an extra teaspoon of honey because I did feel like it needed just a little bit more. It was too much oil, not enough honey. And if you're wondering, what if I don't have olive oil? Can I use castor oil? Can I use jojoba oil? Can I use macadamia nut oil? Use whatever oil your hair loves best. It doesn't have to be olive oil. You can use whatever oil your hair loves best, but I suggest olive oil because my hair likes it. So use what your hair likes. Once the oil is cooled, I'm going ahead and putting that into a glass bottle. Now you can use a plastic one if that's all you have, but my recommendation is to use glass just because it helps not absorb any toxins from the plastic and it preserves better. Which is another tip. If you're only going to use a little bit of this oil, don't make too much because most natural products don't have a very long shelf life. Now for the texture of this oil, you can see it's this like gloopy kind of sticky-ish consistency, which doesn't mix in the bottle, but once you put it on your hand, or more importantly in your hair, it will mix in your hair and your hair will absorb everything. It's not going to only absorb one part. So now for the rest of the oil, or the rest of the elixir, I'm pouring it into this other glass jar just to store it. I like the fact that this one has a drop or two, and you can see it looks very cool. The dark honey at the bottom, the oil on the top. And the reason why I like the dropper is because it picks up the honey and the oil together compared to if you were just pouring it out. I was just showing you what everything looked like cooled, and you can see it looks like a cool little lava lamp moment with the honey floating in the oil. And so now we are going to apply it. So my favorite way is to use it as a hot oil treatment. That's why I showed you the mug at the beginning. While I'm separating my hair into 4 even sections to make sure that this is evenly distributed into my hair, the hair is sitting in a hot cup of water because, by the way, it's not boiling water, okay? It's just hot enough to make the oil nice and warm, and not hot to burn me because I can touch it as soon as I take it out. Now what I do when it's time to apply is to shake it, and as you can see, it looks like it's mixed, but it's not really. It's just mixed for long enough for me to get it mixed out of the bottle in the dropper tool. So I will be using about 4 of these, and you can see I mix it in the palm of my hands, and when you see it on my hands, there's no separation. It does feel slightly sticky and slightly oily even as soon as you touch your hair, but as soon as you work it in, it just perfectly absorbs like a nice serum. Your hair won't feel sticky. However, I do not suggest you put this on your scalp. Even though honey is water soluble, I just find that if you're going to put it in an oil mixture, it's not the best to put this on your scalp unless you're doing like a deep conditioner that contains honey, or like a rosemary water or something that contains honey in it. But mixed in the oil, this treatment is best used on the actual shaft of your hair. So now you might be wondering, how is this actually going to make my hair grow if it's not going on my scalp? You know, most of my treatments go on the scalp, but this one is focused on the hair. And as you can see here, I put an extra full, or let me say half dropper full of product onto my ends because those are the oldest, driest, and most prone to breakage parts of the hair. And my hair, those are not split ends. I did a huge trim. Okay, that's why my hair looks shorter than the last time if you're not new to this channel. It's just that my hair is in layers, so of course if I hold it up like that, they're not going to be a straight even line. So once I'm done applying everything, I go ahead and twist it up to make sure that it's perfectly absorbed into my hair, and also so I can section it off by itself. Now back to what I was saying. The way this is going to make your hair grow is by helping you retain length. Most of us grow a very comparable amount of hair per year. It's either 1 inch or half an inch per month. But you might find that your hair is the same length at the end of the year because your hair is breaking at the same rate that it is growing, or you just deal with breakage in general, your split ends are going up too high. So many issues with why your hair seems like it's not growing because it's getting damaged. So this is going to make you keep as much of the hair that you're growing as possible. It's not a stimulant for the scalp unless you use it that way. This is more of helping you grow longer hair faster by way of retaining the hair longer faster. This is such an amazing treatment, and honey has so many science-backed benefits for hair growth. It is a humectant, which is one of honey's most popular benefits. It is a humectant, which means that the honey bonds with water to add moisture to your hair. Any moisture that's in the air, any water that's in the air, the honey is going to absorb it and bind it with your hair. And this you can feel as soon as you work it into your hair just feels so nice and soft and moisturized. I literally can't describe the feeling unless you try it yourself. It also contains multiple vitamins, minerals, amino acids, antioxidants. It helps restore the natural luster of your hair, which is amazing and which is very needed for me because I do not have very dark hair. Despite what it looks like, my hair is more of like a brown with light brown highlights. That's just the natural color of my hair. If you have darker hair to black hair, it naturally looks a little healthier because it just shines more because it's dark. So anything that can give me a little extra shine is a plus for me, and it just makes the hair look much healthier because it is. Another way it really helps prevent breakage and damage is because honey actually contains 0.5% of protein. Now that might not seem too much, but it's actually a good thing in this case because we want the moisture more. The protein just helps build up the keratin in your hair, and it actually does make a difference. And if you're worried that you're protein sensitive, I highly doubt this will affect you. However, that's why I always suggest you try things first. If your hair doesn't like it, please try something else. I have so many DIYs on this channel, or you can just purchase something from the store. Now you might be wondering, you said do not put this on your scalp. Why are you putting it on the scalp on your edges? That is because it is very easy to wash off any product off your hairline, and I'm putting this around my entire hairline, not just the edges, because this is the most delicate part of the hair. It's also the most easy to wash off any product, which means even products that you put get off that part easier because of washing your face, just sleeping, anything that rubs around your hairline can just get the product off much easier. So I would highly suggest you go ham on your hairline, okay, and add way more than you think you need because your hair needs it. Just make sure you work it in nicely. Do a nice little scalp massage just to work that in a little bit more. And then here's where the little secret thing comes in. You want to go ahead and put a plastic bag over your head and leave that on for 20 minutes, preferably under heat. I did go under heat. And your hair will just feel so much better and like super hydrated when you come out, like amazing. You really need to try this treatment because you will be shocked by how amazing your hair feels. So as you see, my hair is straight here. This is because this was the time I was actually reverting back to my natural curly hair state. And this is what my hair looked like when I took the bag off. It looked kind of very heavy, which I do not mind because it's my wash day. Also, please always wash this out, and I only suggest you use it on your wash day. Now, this doesn't really have much to do with how you use the oil. I just wanted to show you that this was on one wash after 3 weeks of washing my hair. So if you're worried if that this is going to make your hair sticky and oily, it will not. It washed off so easy while making my hair still feel so soft and so shiny. My hair has never reverted so quickly after doing a silk press before, and I fully attribute it to this honey elixir because It is a game changer. I hope you guys try it, and if you do or you've tried it before, please let me know in the comment section below. Also, at the end of this video, make sure you hit my face on the side of the screen. Watch the two videos on the other side if you'd like to subscribe and enjoy some older videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!